how he feels about what we're hearing about. And Michael, when I was a practicing attorney, I was involved in a lot of traumatic brain injury cases, but those were civil cases where you're convincing a judge or a jury that it's more likely than not that this injury was caused by XYZ. But here it's different because we're talking about someone who's accused of attempted and has pleaded guilty of attempted murder, and we're asking a judge to lessen the sentence because of what hits he took during his high school football career. Your thoughts on the difference in that burden in this case?
I think there's a big difference, and I think that this has a different level of significance than it would be, for example, in a civil case. Here, you have to assume that the judge and every judge in this entire country, when they are now going to face this type of an argument by a defense attorney, you have to assume that they're a parent and that they're concerned about this. So thinking back, 1993, when I was a kid, I was in junior high, right? I was one of the best football players in my city, and I loved it. I loved the accolades I'd get. And then my father wouldn't sign the permission slip to let me continue into high school. I was so upset that I left my parents' house. I slept at the local hockey arena, and then it's Detroit. It got very cold. I went back to my parents' house the next day, tucked my tails between my legs, and my dad was consistent. He said, I'm not going to sign this permission slip because I feel like playing football makes you go crazy, and it rewires your brain. I'm not going to do it. This is 1993, by the way, right? He's a lawyer, and he did his research, and he didn't want his son playing football. And I could see that in this father. This father is very, very, very conflicted. You could see he blames himself for it. So to answer your question, Julia, I feel like when you're a judge and you're seeing this fact pattern and you're trying to see, am I going to put this person in jail for 1 million years? You could put him up to life in prison, right? Or should I lessen it because of this? I think it's compelling because the kid tried to take his own life after this was done, and not just shoot himself in the brain. He tried to cut his own head off, right? This is different. This is a very difficult decision for this judge. I don't sympathize. I would never want to trade places with this specific judge in this case. This is going to be tough. I just asked myself, what would I do if it were me? This kid tried to cut his own head off. I saw the video of him playing against All-Americans and being thrown to the floor, his head hit multiple times. He had concussions, right? I think that this is going to be persuasive because in a civil matter, you're talking about the amount of money you're paying somebody, right? It's just a factor of money. So if we are going to pay somebody more money in a car accident because they suffered a concussion, why wouldn't we lessen their sentence in a criminal case if they had the same exact injury? I think it's compelling.